what's up? Tyler here, and in this video I'm going to share with you the power of value and what that actually means for you and the people that you serve. You see, some of us will go out and we'll spend a lot of money or we'll ask people to pay for stuff, but if we don't know what we value and what they value, you are missing out on a lot of money and a lot of impact. So if you want to make more money, have bigger impact, check out this video. It'll show you how to break down what value comes from and how to incorporate it into your everyday life. When you think about the word value, what does that mean to you? Let's go ahead and unmute yourself, shout out a couple things. Value. When you think about value, what meaning does that have? Like, what does that mean? Time, okay. Authenticity, good. What else? Good. Family, life, risk. So here's a interesting concept. How valuable is a bottle of water? Like if I have a bottle of water, like how valuable is that? So it depends on the situation or circumstance. So a bottle of water, if I have a bottle of water in my home, you know, I go to Costco or something, I buy 50 of them for like $3, right? So a bottle of water is maybe like less than a quarter. And I'm like, hey, I wouldn't pay more than that. But in an airport, you might pay $3 or $4 for a bottle of water. At Disney World, you might pay like $10 for it. And you're like, I hope this is magical water. Like, come on, kids, drink up. So it depends on the location. In a desert, if you were dying and you had nothing else, that would be you would give anything, every amount of dollar in your bank account to get that water. So value is all dependent upon what we want or need. Value is all dependent upon what we want or need. If I don't need it, it's not really valuable. But the moment that I need it for my safety, for my well-being, for something to help me, it becomes very valuable. It becomes very valuable. So I think about all the things in my life and I say, am I really valuing that? There was a time in my life back when I started as a coach, well, actually before, when I was a massage therapist, and I was thinking about making money, and it was tough. Anyone have trouble charging for your services or charging for stuff? So I had that problem a lot. I was taught as a kid to give a ton. You know, I'm from the South. My dad owns 2 clinics. And it's awesome because he would bring in people and they couldn't afford anything and he'd always just give and give and give and give. But it was kind of crippling and you can't really build a business or a legacy on that. And he was always working and super busy. And I remember being a massage therapist and I pull up to this gas station. I was in college. I'm dirt broke and I'm charging anywhere from like $20 to $45 for a massage. And I'm good. Like I've been trained since I was 2 years old. Some of the people that I've worked on, some actual like celebrities, they've said that I've out of all the massages on all the cruise, everything, that it's the best they've ever experienced. But yet, here's me, $20 to $45 an hour, and sometimes more. I would like do more until they got it. So I'm like at this gas station, and I pull up to this gas station. And I'm in my little red car and I pull up and I have like 1 client a week. So and in my mind, I'm like, that's better than minimum wage because it was like $7 an hour. So it's like, if I get 1 client, that's like working 5 hours. Like, that's awesome. I'm smart. And so I was like, woohoo, I got my own business. And so I was like, yeah. And yet, you know, to live off of like $45 a week is a little tough. I mean, I did it sometimes, but I was down to my last like $15. And I was like, oh, geez. I remember pulling up to this gas station. I'm filling up the tank. Back then, it was like $15 to fill up the whole tank. And I was like, oh. So I was like, that was my last one in my wallet, right? So I'm like, okay, fill it up. And I walk in and there's this guy that pulls up in this beat up truck and he comes in front of me, and he's paying for his gas, and he pulls out $500 and asks for lottery tickets for like $500. And I'm standing behind him, and I'm like dying with like, I'm trying to make money, I'm trying to make ends meet. And here he just like whips out $500 and he's like, yeah, give me some lottery tickets. And it's like, he's got this beat up Ford and like cowboy hat. And I'm just like standing behind him, and then he gets it, goes out, and I pay my last $15 and I go back into my car, and I sit there for a minute. And I don't know if you ever felt this, but it was kind of like this righteous indignation, maybe, also known as anger. And I was just like mad. I was just so mad. I was like, how could he waste $500? Like, I want that money. Like, And I was just so mad. And I remember just fuming there. I was a little triggered. And I was like, And I was just so ticked. And as I like settled in, leaning into it, I leaned into it, and a really cool thought came to me that kind of changed my perspective. And it said, Tyler, are you worth more than lottery tickets? Are you more valuable than lottery tickets? And when that hit me, I thought, is what I do valuable? Is it worth more than lottery tickets? How much money is spent on drugs, alcohol, billions and billions. So each and every one of us, money's always being exchanged. People pay so much money for so many different things. We waste money, we use money, but we do it on things that we value in the moment, right? It's like, oh, I want this thing. I want that pleasure. I want to go to that trip. I want that experience. I want to feel something. I want to have something, be something, do something. And as you're teaching people, helping people, growing your businesses, the question is, are you more valuable than those other commodities or addictions that people buy into? So if you're not charging what you're worth, if you're undervaluing what you do, take a look at that and ask yourself, is this of value? Right? Am I valuable? Is what I do of value? And you've got to love people enough to charge them what they're worth. Love them enough to trust them that they can do it, that they can change. Don't rob people of their transformation by giving it all away all the time. Now, every now and then, it's okay, but if it's an addiction, then it's going to cripple you, right? It's good to give. It's good to serve. It's good to help. But too much of a good thing can be crippling. It's hard to give from an empty cup, right? Was it me? No, it was each and every one of you. So we all chose to do that. No one forced you. No one made you. You chose, which is freaking awesome.